Redbird Cupcake telling us a story, her favorite story.
Cherokee's myths and legends they're stories about little people, and not really knowing exactly what they look like because they reveal themselves usually to children. And I remember my grandfather always telling us, don't play down the road. There was a big rock where I lived down our road, big rock, and he said there were little people that lived underneath it, and he said don't play on top of their house. So, of course, that's the one place that we're going to go. We're going to climb on top of the rock, and it's covered with laurel and stuff. And we're not just going to climb on the rock. We're going to build a fire on top of the rock. So we were there, of course, with our little fire. We ran off in the house, and we heard a little, fire. We're sitting up there. We're camping out, and all of a sudden we heard. You hear that? And we put the fire out, and we're like, run home. And Grandpa had told us. He said, you made them mad. You made them mad. You were making fun of them by building that fire on top of their house. I told you not to play on that rock. And that is exactly what we heard. That is what I heard. I heard drums underneath the rock from the little people because we were there desecrating their house. So that's my story.
Did you ever find out whether it was your grandfather knocking on the rock or what happened?
No,
there wasn't anybody there?
No, he wasn't going to trouble himself with playing prank on us. No. There was some people down there.
Wow. Now, are you a singer, drummer, fluter?
I don't know if you can call what I do singing.
Do you drum?
No.
Oh, I was going to get my family drum to show you.
I dance, so.
We renamed her Redbird Cupcake because she loves cupcakes. And somebody brought us cupcakes, and I had to give her mine because she conned me out of it. But I had a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Where do you consider home?
The Big Cove community here in Cherokee.
Okay. And you are from the Cherokee Nation?
Eastern Band.
Eastern Band.
Mm-hmm.
Tribe?
Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians, even though I don't like that Indian term. But it's generally accepted.
I figured out early that it doesn't matter what you call me, I know who I am.
Right.
And you're in the Deer Clan, did you say?
Mm-hmm. I'm a member of the Deer Clan. My father is from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. So that's
Standing Rock. Okay. And in all your years here on Mother Earth, what has she taught you?
That's a really good question. I can ramble on about a bunch of stuff. The biggest thing for me is that I have to leave home in order for me to appreciate it. So I took a lot of things for granted here, and I left for a while as an adult with my children and lived in Georgia, and then I came back. And what I found out is the less money that I had, the more appreciative I was. I spent more time in the woods with my kids. We hiked and we swam. And as I've gotten older, and I'm just completely amazed at how beautiful places are. When you take the time to slow down and stop, or stand. I have a big window in my office, and just to look outside and see the mountains. And I'm on a bike ride right now. I'm training for the Remember the Removal ride. We'll go the northern route of the removal in June, and on a 3-week ride retracing. And so the biggest thing for me is that being outside of a car, walking, and now I'm riding along the road, riding. I'm just like, man, this place is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm always like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. When we go to, our traditional dance and medicine at our most sacred site, and we'll leave the grounds, and I'll just look up at the sky and be like, oh my gosh, this place is so beautiful. The skies. This is just, you can find beauty. You can find beauty in every place that you go. And even in somebody that you don't like, you can find beauty. And I think as I've gotten older, and the more, the harder people are on me, the more I take back from that, and I learn. And I think that's the more humble we are as we get older, the more open we are to appreciate the things that are around us.
It's a hard lesson to learn.
Yeah, it's a daily lesson. Got one today. I get my excuse, especially when you get your ass handed to you. Sometimes that's the best thing that can happen, because it gives you an opportunity to take it.
So, what has
Stop.
been? No, that was my watch. What has been this optional? What has been the greatest moment of your life?
I would say that having my children is the greatest moment of my life. Not that mainly because I'm a big supporter of child. I'm a child advocate. I'm a survivor of child abuse and molestation. So children's rights and taking care of kids, obviously. I never said I wanted to have children whenever I was growing up, because I had been abused as a child. So, and as a survivor of that, I come into the school and I can be having like a really crappy day, and I'll have a bunch of kids run up and say, Total, and I get hugs and stuff. So sometimes every single day can be the best day of your life.
My mentor, Son Aguada, used to say, "It's what you make it."
Yeah. Sometimes, I think having my kids, the best day of my life. They do something awesome. That's the best day of my life.
So
I could be having a shitty day, really shitty, and I was able to retire. I was eligible for retirement, and it was a good sum, and I was just, oh gosh, laboring that decision, and I was ready to make that decision, and I walked into a classroom one day, and of course that's the day everybody gave me a hug, and I was like, this is the best day.
This is very optional. What has been the very worst moment of your life?
Yeah, I'm a compulsive person, and when I live with regret, that's the worst day. If I don't do the right thing, that is the worst day. So, for every day that is the best day, that's the worst day. Well, I can't say what day is the worst day, because tomorrow something may present itself to be the worst day. I don't want to think like that.
So, in all your years, what advice do you have for the rest of us poor creatures here on Mother Earth?
Never give anyone marriage advice.
Wow, that's a good one.
Never give anyone any marriage advice.
Especially if you're not insured.
Never give anyone any marriage advice unless somebody's getting physically hurt. That's not.
Okay, no, I'll go with that. That's for sure. No.
I never take anything for granted. Try to be a good friend, because even what they say, the joke is the joke. Everybody knows this joke is you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. But I am a firm believer of that. I think that we are relatives, we are blood relatives, but the biggest joy in my life have been my friends, because everybody's families are dysfunctional. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with finding a family that supports you. They don't have to be related to you.
Oh, yes.
But surround yourself with really good people, and be loyal to those people, and be thankful to those people. Work really hard every single day to be a good friend. A good friend to my staff, a good friend to my friends, a good friend to, well, I consider friends more than, friend to me is a better term than family, because you're better to your friends than you are to your family.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
and try not to lead and hate. I just think we're going nowhere.
I think we're going everywhere. Now,
Well, yeah, that's true. We're going everywhere. I was thinking, and I'm not necessarily a Bible person per se, but I was thinking of all when you say going everywhere, if you think about how we're not speaking in unison, I think about the Tower of Babel and how, everybody was speaking as one, and then they tried to rise too high, and they were punished. Everybody spoke a different language. So while we are all blessed with those different languages, well, where are we today? Nobody's listening to each other, so we're obviously not speaking the same language. And we're going nowhere because no one wants to walk together. No one wants to walk side by side anymore. We've become so independent that, we think that we need no one. And when you think that you need no one, you're not taking care of anyone.
no. This is a question I've been dying to ask you, and I've come almost 600 miles to ask you. You're like me. I see a lot of you in me. Not so much the love of cupcakes or the beauty. I'm talking about the fact that you're like a born-again Indian, like me. I had to come back through alcoholism and some drug use and years of not wanting to be an Indian. And when I sobered up, that was my only salvation. The Indian culture was so simple that I didn't have Catholicism's leap of faith to save me. So
I think being Indian is pretty darn difficult. Yeah.
you floored me there.
Yeah, just being difficult in that our staff and I just had this discussion today, just how, the more we try to be like everybody else, which is what we've done it's what we've been forced to do for centuries, is to be like everybody else. I'm just worried that we don't know how to be ourselves. And how do we know how to be ourselves?
Oh, we've lost ourselves.
We've lost ourselves. And I'm just always amazed whenever the discussion of the Redskin, like the Redskin Indian mascot. Okay, everybody's like, some people are opposed, some people are this or that. My take on it is I could care less.
Oh, I love it because anything that draws attention.
Yeah, it made you talk about us. Guess what? We're still relevant. If they're arguing about us, that means we're still relevant. That means we're still a part of the conversation. That's the only time we actually were talked about, probably in, besides the Dakota the pipeline stuff, which is, can you pull something good out of tragedy? I think that, we have pulled something good out of tragedy.
I think
Look
you
how
have
many
to.
people have come together all across the country. We have become aware. One of the biggest things that I do not know anything at all, and I always doubt myself, and I will always doubt myself because I don't. That's the only way you're going to grow as a person. When I talked to one of my mentors, being in this job is extremely difficult. It's burdensome sometimes because you got people dying and you're trying to raise children while people are dying at the same time. And it's a lot. So I always ask, am I the right person? If I'm not, I want to move out of the way because what is going on here is more than just, it's not a job.
Bigger than oneself.
If
Well,
I'm in the way.
let me pause you right there.